Hello, and welcome to episode 14 of the Nobody Important podcast. I am Ramon.
And I am Felipe.
And this week is going to be a little bit of a kind of a mix-up, I guess. We want to continue some of what we talked about in the last episode as far as some of our fun trips, but then we also have some new stuff that we want to talk about that's more similar to like our regularly scheduled programming. So we're going to start with our drink of the week, which has been an interesting one, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
So there's been a big craze lately in beers that are making like a mango or just essentially like a michelada in a can already set.
Which when they first came out, I was like, dude, who the heck? Because they were just coming out plain, right? Just like Bud Light or Budweiser with Clamato in it.
Right.
I'm like, God, why? Like, why would you? But when growing up in my parents' store, I remember like when people were hungover, they would buy beer and then buy a Clamato separately. They said they would mix it up. So like it made a little bit of sense, but it just was disgusting in my head.
Yeah, I have never been a fan of Clamato. For people that don't know what that is, it's like tomato juice essentially, but
tomato juice and clam juice together.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It's good with ceviche, like is it a whole thing? But on its own, it's a disgusting thing.
Yeah, and so I've never been a fan of it, but it's been more and more companies have been creating their own. And so, Tecate has their own, Bud Light has their own. The one we actually tried two yesterday. And there's a reason for yesterday and today. But yesterday, we tried two made by Estrella Jalisco. And one of them was a spicy piña, so spicy pineapple, and the other one was mango. Holy fuck.
Oh, that's an understatement.
They were so terrible. It's probably the first time since we've started drinking where we legitimately had to like wash it down with something else. Yeah. We've had some nasty ass bourbon.
It's been since the Japanese whiskey.
Yeah. It wasn't bourbon. Sorry. It was the Japanese whiskey. Those are the only two times that I can think of where we took just like tiny little drinks of it and were immediately like, fuck no.
Yeah, because you poured me one of yours. I was like, hey, since we're not going to try each other's, like, just pour me a little sample of yours. I'll try mine. And then you handed it to me. I'm like, nope. What the fuck did you give me?
It was so goddamn bad. Like, we immediately just dumped them and threw them out. Like, I wasted my money on it. I don't like to waste alcohol, but fuck it. They were so terrible.
We weren't going to drink them, so yeah.
They were so terrible that we just said, screw it, we're not doing it ever again. So, today, Felipe comes back, and because he had tried a different one that he said was really, really good.
So, the only reason I really was looking into this was because a few weeks ago when I was here, your wife said, hey, look at that looks good. And it was a beer.
That's right. There was like an ad on TV or something.
It was something with mango. And we couldn't really find it because I don't remember the commercial. So that's why you bought the Estrella Jalisco, thinking that was it. I saw this Modelo Mango en Chile one. And it's like, yo, I bet this is it. And I bought it once. I'm like, yo, it straight up just tastes like beer and artificial mango and like a little bit of chile.
Yeah,
and
they took like the Mexican candy with mango and like the tamarindo or whatever and just threw it in.
Yeah, and it was good. I like it. It's legit good. It's 100 times better than what the fuck we had yesterday.
That's freaking. There's a lot of things that are better than what we had yesterday.
My only knock is that if it was a 12-ounce can, it would be a lot better. Because I think when you drink a 24-ounce can of this stuff, it tends to be a little bit too much sweetness or just...
Yeah. So that was the issue that I ran into. Basically, my first drink of it, I'm like, holy shit, this is really good. It tastes just like the candy with beer, like you said. And then the more I kept drinking, the more it was bothering me because I'm like, okay, this is too sweet. It's just too much all at once. So I totally agree on like if it was just a half size, if it was just like a regular 12-ounce can instead of the 24-ounce, 100%, I'd be like sold. Mm-hmm. I'm good on it. But as that giant can, no.
I've had it like it's my third can I've had of that stuff, and yeah, my experience has been the same thing. Like when I'm like near the end of it, I'm like, I don't want to finish this, but I'm almost done. I might as well finish it.
Yeah, and so it's been hit and miss. on our
Ultimately,
experiences the last couple days.
just if you stick to beer on its own, there's nothing wrong with it,
Yeah.
right? But it's okay.
Yeah, what I've learned so far is that if I'm gonna have beer, I just want beer. Like I just wherever it comes from, like whatever kind of beer, like I just want beer by itself. Any of like the mixtures that I've tried or like the hard seltzers, because like I've tried a couple and like every single one of them just came out like it's too much artificial sweetness, and I just felt disgusting. It's not even like I felt hungover or sick or whatever. I just felt disgusting.
The only thing you should ever add to beer is lime with Mexican beers
Yep.
and an orange slice to Blue Moon.
Yeah, or like I mean, not even just Blue Moon. There's certain other like
Yeah, there's certain ones
beers
that have
you can
orange,
like,
yeah.
orange or lime or lemon or whatever. But yeah, otherwise, yeah, I totally agree. Like they,
Citrus to beers, nothing else. Let's go with that.
that's about it. But anyways, the whole reason that we've ended up having these 2 days is because of just like a freak situation. So my wife and I decided yesterday that we wanted to go out of town. And we're like, okay, you know what? Let's get up. Let's go. So we start heading out of town. And as we're driving out, we're approaching like the edge of town. Mm-hmm. And then we realized that the freeway on the way back was closed because of construction. So we were just planning like a day trip, which meant we were going to come back like the same day or like yesterday afternoon or like yesterday night.
Yeah.
But we're like, if the freeway is closed because of construction, there's going to be a massive backup of traffic when we're trying to come back in town and we're really tired. So fuck it. We're not doing it. We're not going. We're not going to spend all that time. And so we went and did that. And then on the way back, we had the idea of we wanted to do and set up like an above ground pool. It's 115 degrees outside. We don't want to pay $30,000 for an in-ground pool. But, you know, a small, like, above-ground one just to kind of, like, soak in and hang out, not a bad idea. So, that was why we called you.
Yeah, that was a funny conversation because I didn't pick up the first time. And it's rare I don't pick up the phone when you call me because we never really speak on the phone. So when you do, it's something bad most of the time.
I'm trying to fix that. I'm trying to not call you if it's only bad so you don't freak the fuck out.
I was like, I called you back and you were like, hey, what are you doing today? I'm like, not much, man. Why? It's like, we're going to go look at this... I keep forgetting the name of it.
Stock tank. So it's a stock tank.
Pool.
Basically, it's a stock tank pool. In other words, known as like a redneck pool, a hillbilly pool, like whatever the hell you want to call it.
Think of what horses drink water out of, just 8 feet wide.
Yeah, 8 feet in diameter, and it's literally a stock tank. You fill it with water. Animals usually drink out of it on a farm, but it's actually a really popular thing where people are converting them into pools.
News to me when I started looking all those pictures up, like, holy shit.
Yeah, and some of them actually look pretty sweet.
Yeah.
So that's been our project since yesterday. We actually were able to go pick up a stock tank, literally the only one in town. I remember looking this up about a month or two ago.
Okay.
When we originally had this idea, and every single place you called did not have 8-foot stock tank in stock. They were like, they're back ordered. No one has them available. Probably not going to have them until July or like the end of July. Go figure. Yesterday was the fucking 1st of August. And it was the only one that was available at that store. Like, that was it. And so instead of driving outside of town and heading out of town, we called them up. They're like, yeah, we got one. We're like, sweet, we're on our way. We went and go picked it up. That was an adventure in itself because I eventually had to go rent a truck because an 8-foot diameter pool or stock tank, a giant metal tub, basically, was not about to fit anywhere near the back of my truck.
And that's a funny thing to me is like, you guys were so excited to get to find it. You didn't think it all the way through. It was like, all right, we got it. How are we going to get it home?
Oh, no, I mean, I knew I was going to have to do something. But the thing is, like, I was there. And so my planning was like, while I was there, they could either rent a trailer for like $20 or I could go rent this truck. My truck has a tow hitch. It has like all this stuff, but I'm like, I don't want to deal with the hassle of having a trailer.
Jesus. Yeah, that would be a pain to drive.
Yeah. Granted, I mean, I've done it, but it's still, I don't want to deal with the hassle of just having a trailer. I'd rather just have it all connected in a truck. So I said, fuck it. I rented a truck from Home Depot. It cost me $25 and bam, that was it. And that was good. So I was happy. We've got it out in the backyard and that started our project. We got started on it yesterday. We were working on it more today. and we still have not finished it because we need more parts.
Yeah, that was the other thing. Is like you didn't like yesterday we were trying to waterproof it. Like we didn't buy enough stuff to do it because we didn't want it to rust. And then today the actual like hardware,
the actual pump and everything to make sure it doesn't get like all dirty and
circulate the water because then you have to dump it out every few days if you don't and things like that.
Yeah.
Oh man, but
so
quite the adventure. That truck thing was a little stressful because when we showed up to Home Depot, they didn't have any.
Yeah, they didn't have the truck. It was just pure dumb luck that we were waiting in the parking lot trying to call other people that one of them pulled up. Yep. Just pure dumb luck, but I'll take it. I will rather be lucky than good sometimes. In that case, I was super lucky. But that's been our weekend, and that's been the reason for back-to-back days of us trying different drinks and then back-to-back days of us hanging out, because normally this doesn't really happen. It's been a couple weeks since we've actually gotten together and been able to do anything. But we wanted to revisit some of the trips because we didn't get to talk about some of like our best trips. We ran out of time last week, and our like top trips, our most eventful ones, I should say.
Well, we finished it off last time with the sneaking into parties at TwitchCon.
Right.
I feel like after because we were short on time. When I was driving home, I was like, "Oh, I gotta remember to talk about this." Don't remember that shit at all anymore. That shit's gone. Other than like San Jose was cool. Oh, I remember now. So we were walking around downtown San Jose.
Yes.
And we came across a truck that's called the Chapulín Colorado. I don't know if you remember. This was just a bright red truck. Oh, here's the fun part. It was Halloween that night. I remember walking around and seeing all these old Asian people dressed up, like going to parties and stuff.
Oh,
and we're like, oh, it'd been funny to dress up and do something stupid. But anyways,
yeah, that's right.
Going back to the truck. We came across it, and I was like, bro, since we're in San Jose, if I can get crickets, I will eat a fucking cricket.
That's right. That was that trip.
Because I hate bugs, and like I'm a little like disturbed by them. Like I'll kill it if I have to. I'd just rather not deal with it. That type of thing. I was like, but fuck it. If they sell it, let's just do it. It's a sign because we're not supposed to be here. We're not supposed to be walking down this street. And then we get to the front of it, and they just sell regular Mexican food. I'm like, fuck. Why would
that's right, because it had a giant cricket on the side of the truck.
Yeah. I mean, it's supposed to be
like
a play off
artwork.
that character from Mexican culture, like the Chapulín Colorado.
Yeah. Okay.
And I was like, yo, and like, yeah, it was so disappointing because I was kind of like, all right, I'm on it. Let's go. I can eat this cricket. And yeah, I was disappointed back to the. Oh, sorry, that was a beer. Walking back to the Airbnb.
Yeah, I do remember that. Man, yeah, we were all over town for that one. Like, there was a lot going on in that immediate area for that event.
Was more eventful than freaking San Antonio because we actually walked around a lot. Yeah, and we were like, well, here's the one thing. San Jose smelled a lot like weed.
Everywhere. We
were right by San Jose University, whatever it's called.
San Jose State or whatever university was there.
Yeah, because we walked by it quite a few times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, the Airbnb that we stayed in was just like at the end of the street that we stayed on was the university. Yeah. It was their campus.
Man, I think we got cookies at one point too from somewhere.
Yeah, there was a place in there. We got cookies. There was this huge bar that I wanted to go into.
Oh, yeah.
That was just like walls of just like liquor. And then when we went back while they were open, they had a line around the corner, so we never went in.
Yeah, that was the thing because it was Halloween, so everything we wanted to get into was closed for private, or not even private parties, just Halloween costume parties.
Yeah, just Halloween costume parties. Like people were just lined up around the corner going out because it was Halloween, and it also just happened to be like either a Friday night or a Saturday night. Yeah, so it wasn't just a normal Halloween, but it was like Friday or Saturday night that it also happened. So everyone was out.
Yeah.
The craziest thing though is that yes, that was a fantastic weekend, and we had a ton of stuff that we did that weekend, but I would almost argue that's probably not even the craziest trip that we've had.
Yeah, the one where we went to LA.
Yeah.
Which, I think we've been to LA a few times.
We've been to LA a couple times, I think. But I think this one trip, I probably gained more weight that trip that I still haven't gotten rid of. Than any other trip that we've ever been on.
All right. So you're talking about the one where we went to go see League of Legends live then?
Yeah, when we went to go see the League tournament. Because if I remember right, We left Phoenix. We left here probably, like 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning?
Yes.
Okay. When I picked you up at 6 in the morning.
You had two breakfast sandwiches from McDonald's and coffee.
Each.
Yep.
Like, we each had 2 breakfast sandwiches from McDonald's.
And that was before I paid attention to calories.
Yeah. And Starbucks coffees. Because I didn't get McDonald's coffee. I got Starbucks coffees.
Oh, my God.
So, like, I made a couple stops on the way to go pick you up. And then we had both of those in the car. And then, bam. How I didn't have the coffee poops, I don't know.
What? So, as we were leaving town, we got off the freeway, like on 91st Ave. Do you remember why? I remember pulling off the
Starbucks.
freeway.
I think we stopped to get Starbucks because I didn't know what you wanted.
Oh, okay.
I think is what happened.
All right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
So at that point, we were already at close to 1,000 calories, and it wasn't even like 6:30 yet.
Yeah, that was pretty excessive.
We got close to the Arizona-California border. We stopped in Blythe. I'm pretty sure we walked into a Carl's Jr., but we didn't like anything on the menu, and then we walked across the street to Jack in a Box, and I think we got more food there.
Yeah, we got we just got like chicken strips, or like chicken strips, fries, and something that we could eat in the car while we were driving, like something easy. And so chicken strips, fries, and like soda, and bam, off we went back to LA. So that was
the problem with that was that I think the 2 days before we took off, there was a bridge that went down on the way to California
that we didn't know about.
Yeah. Meaning, we had to go all the way around this detour around Joshua Tree National Park, that huge-ass mountain, which added about 2 to 2.5 hours to our total trip time.
Yep. So a trip that should normally take anywhere from 5 to 6 hours took close to like 8 in order for us to get there. And then, by the time we hit LA, it was rush hour.
Oh my God, yes it was. Dude, even then, like, going through like those small towns that detour went through, it feels like it was rush hour the whole time.
Dude, that's small town. Yeah, because it was so backed up.
The highway
Everyone had
was
to
their
go.
main street. Yeah.
That was the only route people could take. Like, the freeway was completely shut down because, like, the bridge collapsed. And that was the only detour. Like, it was if it had been, I want to say if it had been, like, another 5 or 10 miles, like, further down the road, they could have routed people to round an exit down there.
Yes, I remember that.
But because of where it was, like, literally, like, 5 miles, like, too late, you had to go a good 120, 150 miles out of your way solely because of that.
Remember how straight that freeway was?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you could just, like, at that point, if we had a car that could race, I'd be like, yo, punch it. Let's go. Let's do this. Because it was just so straight. It was crazy. But when we got to town, it was rush hour.
Yep.
And then we had to drive, not like any part near LA.
We had to drive to Anaheim. We didn't go to the Colombia.
Yeah, we did.
We did go to the Colombia restaurant.
Because back then Ramon was single, and I think he wanted to hit up that girl, the owner's daughters, because he's been to that Colombian restaurant a few times. I remember that girl. So we got.
I forgot about that.
We got some empanadas. Then we got. I'm not sure if we both got one or we shared. Was it a
bandeja paisa?
Yeah.
So for anyone who doesn't know what a bandeja paisa is, it is basically a traditional dish specifically for Medellin, Colombia. It's either ground beef or like a thin skirt steak, white rice, beans, chicharrón, so fried pork skin, morcilla, which is blood sausage, a fried egg, plantain, avocado. And an arepa.
Like a corn biscuit?
And an arepa. Yeah.
Yes.
So all of those things on one plate for like, at this place in LA or in Anaheim for like $12.
That's a lot of food for
it's
$12.
It's so much food. That one plate alone is probably 1,500 to 2,000 calories.
So at this point, let me see, I would safely bet we're at, I want to say 4,000 calories?
Yeah, we're pushing anywhere from about 3,000 to 4,000 calories.
And it's 1 p.m.
Yeah, no, at that point it was like 3.
Was it really?
Yeah, well, because if you figure we left here at like 6, it took like 8 hours to get in.
Okay.
So it was like 3, 4-ish around by that time. And then it took us like another hour after we ate to get to
the hotel
that we were staying at.
I remember that the checking in took longer than it should have. God, I remember that. I don't know why I remember that experience.
Was it a hotel or did we stay in an Airbnb? I think it was a hotel.
It was a hotel.
Okay, yeah. Okay. So yeah, it was a hotel. And it just, for whatever reason, took forever. after we get to the hotel, I'd been telling Felipe about this one pizza place. Was that your first time having it?
No, because it was Vegas the first time.
Vegas was your first time having it. That's
so
right.
we discussed this last
So,
time.
The last time we were talking about it, a pizza place called Round Table Pizza. Both of us, when we decided to make this trip, we're like, all right, we have to eat Round Table Pizza. Like, it's a non-negotiable because that's the only place we're going to get it.
Mm-hmm.
So we check into our hotel probably like 5:30-ish. And we're like, I think I'm hungry again. So we order up a pizza from Round Table.
But
I think we got an extra large.
yeah, because we couldn't remember how big an extra large was. We
Yeah.
were just like, I think that would be fine for us, man. I think we could. I think it's supposed to be like kind of smaller than usual.
Yeah. I think their extra large is like 18-inch like diameter.
And then they cut it like the slices super thin.
Yeah, they cut this. It's the thinnest slices you've ever seen on pizza. Like if you take like, I don't know, something that everyone knows, probably like Domino's pizza. You get a large, it's like 8 slices or 10 or 12 slices or something like that. Now imagine every one of Domino's slices cut either in half or in like thirds, and you get Round Table. There are so many slices on the pizza.
I remember we started going at it and we're like, I think we got through halfway and we're like,
because we ate it there.
Yeah, we ate it there.
So we ate it there, and we're like, all right, we're about halfway through it, and like, kind of getting full. Like, I think we've had enough food for the day.
But then it's like, what do we do with the rest of it? Do we have a fridge at a hotel? We don't.
Nope, we didn't have a fridge.
And it's like, well, if we take it back, we're not going to do anything with it because we can't eat it. Like, we're not going to heat it up. We're not going to be able to store it properly. You want to keep it going at it? Yes.
And that's exactly what we did.
We ate an entire extra large pizza. Maybe we left a slice or two, but I'm pretty sure we ate the whole fucking thing.
No, we ate the whole thing. I for sure remember us eating the entire thing because we're not bitches and we didn't quit.
I think that's what we said to each other, too, that very night.
They're like, we're not going to quit before we eat this pizza.
Good
So
God.
that was another probably 1,500 to 2,000 calories each.
No, I would guarantee it was more than that, dude.
Probably. I would be very curious to look up the nutritional value of that pizza and see how much.
Let's just say we're at 7,500 calories because we didn't even count the amount of soda we drank.
That's true.
For the day. Did we eat anything after that?
I don't think so. I think that was when we tapped out.
Thank God.
Because
I'm starting to feel like a fat ass now.
I always do. With how much I eat, I always do.
I remember we drove back.
We drove back. We might have gone to get ice cream.
Ice cream sounds familiar.
We might have gone
I
to
don't
Cold
remember
Stone.
if it was the that night or the next day at the beach.
I think that night we ended up going down along like Main Street or whatever in that town and like going to like Cold Stone.
You're right. I did remember walking around because we parked. It was such a pain to park.
Yeah. What'd you remember?
That wasn't the night we met your cousin, was it? No, that was the next night. We
Yeah, I
went
think
to
so.
California Pizza Kitchen.
Yeah, that was the
We're
was the
talking about
following
that
night.
the
Yeah.
next later. Sorry.
So-
okay, that was the end of day one. We had 7,500 calories each.
Yeah. Each, not just like combined. No,
That's a conservative number too.
Yeah, that's each. Like we ate so freaking much. How the hell we managed to move and just like not die, I don't know.
I think I remember taking. I think we both took a while in the bathroom that night.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was a little nutty.
Then
The next day was when we were actually going to watch the League of Legends stuff, right?
Yes, which we didn't get anything for breakfast other than maybe coffee.
Yeah, I think we just something super light. We went to go watch the games.
Was that the day one was when we met our friend, right?
Yeah, it's when we met one of our buddies there. I think it was.
It was that day. Yeah, it was Saturday because he was busy the next day.
That's right. Okay. So we met one of our buddies there, hung out for a while, had food there. You know, the games were fun. It was like in the little studio that they had at.
Oh,
like,
no. Okay. So
Uh-oh.
before we started recording this, I remembered something and it made me laugh a lot. So, a few things that made that League of Legends thing cool. It was just a cool setup, right?
Yeah.
It looked awesome.
Their stadium and everything. Like
I
how
remember
they had the arena
hating where
set
we
up.
sat because of the leg room. Being 6'3", leg room sucks most of the time. You can't stretch. Two, the lying outside waiting was, I don't know. I feel like it was something we did that was memorable. I don't remember it anymore. It's been 5 years.
Yeah, I don't.
It was cool when you go get snacks there because the food was themed, like the names.
Yeah, it
were
was
cool.
all the names and everything were like league themed and all of that.
But the funniest thing was that we went to the merch store and I bought a t-shirt that said it was my size. And when we got back to the hotel, I played it out on the bed. I'm like, this ain't my size, bro. And then you proceeded to put it on, and it was tight on you.
Oh, shit.
Remember the Nautilus shirt? You remember
Yeah, I do remember that. Okay.
Oh my god. I was like, bro, that looks like it's like smaller than the medium. And I was like, this is definitely not gonna fit me if it barely fits you. I think I remember attempting to take a picture of you and you threatened to punch me. God, that shirt was so tight. Oh my god.
I do remember that now that you mentioned it.
Yeah. Like, all right, look, I remember it was that day because the next day I was able to switch it out. And then they realized, oh, that's not the only shirt that's mislabeled. Like, there's a stack of like 4 or 5 shirts that all have the wrong size on them.
Damn.
And they fixed it and they gave me my shirt. But after we met our buddy, we enjoyed League of Legends. I remember...
I don't remember what the games were, who played, none of that. I just remember...
I remember Team Gravity. I remember Team Impact.
How you remember this stuff, I have no idea.
What's the one with the horse?
Liquid?
Liquid. I remember Liquid was like just starting out because remember there's a girl like to our right just kept yelling Liquid, Liquid over and over and over again, and it's just like fuck, bitch, I can't hear you. And then after we enjoyed that, we went out to dinner, quote unquote.
Yeah, it was like
lunch, dinner,
it was
whatever you
like
want to call
6 o'clock or something. It was dinner.
Oh yeah, because there's 5 games.
Yeah.
And each game lasts around 40 to 45 minutes when there's
Plus,
a bunch
like,
of time in between.
So it was like we were there for a good 6 hours watching games.
Yeah.
Like easily.
We went to Bocce Burger, which is the same restaurant basically we went to in Vegas.
Yep.
And here is one thing. After our last recording, I looked it up because I wanted to see that blue burger I mentioned.
Oh yeah.
And I found it on Google Maps, and it's closed. The one in Vegas.
Like permanently?
Permanently. It says permanently closed.
Oh shit.
And then I looked up the one in LA, permanently closed. I looked up their website, doesn't go to anything. They are done.
They're done. Oh damn.
Done. You're still able to find pictures of the oxtail chili cheese fries we had and all that stuff, but they are gone.
Damn, that is unfortunate because like that was seriously the best burger. Like it was so good. Like just overall, everything about that place was so good. I remember it wasn't as good in LA as it was in Vegas, but it was still really damn good.
I know our friend was impressed.
Yeah, that's right. So we did go to that, and then
Pretty sure after that we went to go find your cousin.
Yeah.
Who then took us to California Pizza Kitchen.
Yep, my cousin and his wife took us California Pizza Kitchen. We went there, had pizza, just hung out. It was good times. And then that was the second day.
Yeah.
The third day, here's what I remember. So we go watch League of Legends stuff again, and we had learned from our mistake. We had learned that the seating fucking sucked. Like you're 6'3", I'm 5'11", but with like long legs, long arms. And so like I get really cramped in seats. So we got there early. So we were some of the first people in. Like we got ahead of the line and we sat in the very front row because there was no one in front of us. And I don't remember how or where we saw it, but we were featured on something in one of the pictures. I don't know if it was like on the stream or if it was like on like social media that they had posted. But because we were in the very front row, we were like smack in the center of the picture.
That's vaguely familiar. I think our friend actually was like, you guys were on stream. I think Mick said it.
Yeah. And so we were just like smack in the center, just like on camera or whatever for a while. It's like, that's what I remember. And that's how I remember that was the second day, is because we explicitly sat in the front row.
I remember saying
for that reason. Also, it was a bitch after every single game because everyone rushed to the front to like go like shake hands with players and all that. So we're just like sitting there like, okay.
Yeah, I wasn't about to stand up to lose my seat.
Yeah.
There was that, and I think we also learned that I think we took food with us the next time. Because I don't remember, like, again, I don't remember getting food in the morning or anything like that.
I don't remember.
You know what? We took Subway with us. Because the first day we saw people with Subway there.
That's right. You could take food.
Yeah, we could take food inside. So we didn't spend a bunch of money on, high price,
Yeah,
stadium
snacks.
foods.
I mean, freaking churros and
all that churros. I think that fucking tacos too. Like it was good food. Like surprisingly good food. It was just pricey.
Yeah, it was just pricey. You're locked inside of a pseudo like studio arena type thing. I mean, so it's just going to be jacked up prices.
I'm trying to think. We went to for breakfast. Well, didn't we go to Schooner or later?
I think so. I remember going there. I don't remember when. Like my whole timeline's all messed up. I don't remember.
I think I had like an omelet. And I think we didn't have beers like everyone else around us. Like 8 a.m.
Yeah.
And then we also
now if we went, I would 100% be one of those people that's like, yeah, okay.
You're not wrong. We went to a market. I forget. It was like Whole Foods almost ish.
Gelson's.
Man, that's some good food there too.
Gelson's good. It's I forget who owns it. It's like Wolfgang Puck or something like that owns it, or Emerald, or some like famous chef or whatever.
I had a friend recommend it to us, and we went because of them. And I forgot what the hell I ate.
I don't know, but it was good. Yeah. You know what I do remember, and I actually just thought about this. The night before, after we went and had pizza and everything with my cousin, we went to like a gaming cafe.
Oh yeah, because we were looking for what else to do. Because we got back after dinner. It was like,
there was nothing else to do. The little beach town we were staying in shut down at like 8:00, so we didn't have shit to do. Like, we were just like, okay, well it's like 9:00. Like, what are we gonna do? And so we ended up going to this friggin' 15 minutes down the way. There was like a...
Because I think we drove by Knott's Berry Farm.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And so there was like this gaming cafe that was there.
What did we play, Ramon?
League.
It didn't miss me. Where it's like, we drove 8 hours to play something we could play at home.
Yeah, that's 100%. To be fair, we did that at PAX.
Yeah.
We went to San Antonio. And then we did that at TwitchCon when we went to actually go play. And they had all the little areas that you could go like play stuff. Every single time. What did we do? We played League. So we went on all these trips because we could go play League on like a different computer that's not quite as good as the ones we played on.
All the exhibits, and like you can only see the same thing so many times, right? So what else do you do? Because we watch people play, or we can play ourselves. Let's play ourselves.
Yeah. So that was... I remember doing that. And then... Yeah, that was pretty much the trip, man.
Well,
but it was...
I remember walking down... We went to the beach, too, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Because we were at that little beach town, and we saw those houses. I found it funny there was Ocean Avenue there because of the...
that wasn't on the ocean?
Yeah, it wasn't on the ocean, but it's also the name of a popular song by... the name... Yellow Card, that band, they had the song the name Ocean Avenue. I was like, oh shit, that's cool. Walking on the pier, it was all right. And then we went one day. I think we went to the Nike store because back then you were really way more into Nike.
Yeah,
you wanted to go see that Nike store in
that was a little excessive. No, not Santa Barbara. Santa Monica.
Santa Monica.
Yeah, because that was just down the street from the studio.
Yes, that's why we went there because the studio was in Santa Monica. Oh God.
You know what? We went to Umami Burger.
Did we?
I think so. I've been there. I don't know.
I've been there without you.
Okay. I don't remember. I thought we did. Maybe not. But...
Yeah. I don't know. We...
There's been so many times where we just, like, eat. That's basic. If you haven't figured this out yet by listening to this podcast, we eat a lot. It's just what we do. We go on trips. We play video games. We eat. And now we drink. And that's pretty much our trips.
Yeah. Because that, like, certain attractions are cool and all that. Like, when I went to LA, like, I went to the beach. I went to Santa Monica Pier just to experience it. But the most fun I had was bar hopping and restaurant, like, doing a, I forgot the name of it, of the way, when you do a food
like
tour.
A bar crawl?
Bar crawl?
Or like
food crawl.
Food crawl, yeah.
Yeah.
We just hit all these different places, just go.
Yep, just like have a small thing. Oh, that's good. Let's go to the next one.
Yeah. And like it's fun though because you're trying all these different places, all these different things, and it's something to do. I mean,
funny enough, Mix and I were watching food videos yesterday, and we came across this taco place right downtown. I was like, oh, that looks like legit good. And I looked where it was. I'm like, yo, I walked by that place twice. And I was like so pissed. I'm like, how did I not know about this place? I definitely would have gone there because it looked like really, really good.
Damn.
Oh, it annoyed me so much last night. Because I was like, I even took a picture of that mural in that building where it's at. Like, that's how close I was.
Damn.
Yeah. I don't know, LA's fun for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's always fun to go visit. Like, there's no one how I can live there.
You had a side mission on that trip to LA. You were trying to convince me to move there with you.
I was?
Yep, you wanted to live in LA back 5 years ago, and
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, it's like because you kept asking me, how do you feel? Like, how do you like it? I'm like, it's all right, man. Like, it's just there's so many people, and the traffic's just a bitch, and I don't think I could go back to that.
Yeah, I literally don't remember that at all.
Oh, I remember.
I remember us talking about moving to Austin, but I don't remember LA.
Oh, that was when we wanted to do a food truck. No, this was like I think we were both at a part of our lives where we're like had a fork in the road. Like, do we continue down this path or do we move to a different city and see what happens?
Gotcha.
And
okay.
I think you really had LA in your heart because I think you really like that beach.
Yeah, I mean, a little beach town, whatever. It's what I knew. But yeah, I'm glad we didn't do that.
Yeah, life's turned out way more interesting this way.
Yeah, I will definitely say so. I'm in a good spot, so I'm happy. But yeah, I totally forgot about that. Yeah, I remember, like I said, I remember us all planning like a whole thing like, hey, let's go to freaking Austin. For like our number one reason was they have Google Fiber.
Yeah, that was your number one reason. Mine was like, I legit think Austin would be a cool town to go to.
It's so much fun.
The art scene, the movies, the food. It seems like it's a lot of what like I'm into.
Yeah,
so
it's fucking fantastic. And this is coming from a guy that literally spent one day there.
That's right. You went there for Amazon?
No, I went there with my wife for her birthday a couple years ago.
Okay.
Basically, as like a birthday present, I surprised her with a concert ticket to like her favorite artist who wasn't coming to Phoenix. And so basically we did literally a one-day trip. We flew out that morning. We went to, we had lunch at this one really fucking good restaurant, and that was there, like, just that we found by dumb luck. We went to the concert, and we came home the next morning. Like, that was, like, legit. We flew to Austin just for that concert, and then came back.
I remember you going there for a concert. I didn't know it was a one-day thing.
Yeah, it was legit one day. We got there, like, noon, checked into the hotel, like, went to go eat, went to the concert, and then... Funny thing about that trip, though, this is something that me and her will never forget, is that it was supposed to be clear. Like, it was an outdoor concert. Mm-hmm. The weather was supposed to be perfectly clear. Turns out it was a really rainy day.
Oh.
We did not pack for rain. Like, at all. So before the concert, we're, like, panicking because the restaurant we're eating at is just getting hammered with rain. Like, it is... The city... Like, it was pouring. So we're like, fuck, what do we do? On the way to the concert, she's like, hey, there's a Goodwill on the way. So we went to Goodwill and like bought jackets, like just specifically for the concert. Like we wore them and everything like at the concert because not only was it raining, but it was freezing. Like because like the wind, everything. Like we did not anticipate any of that. Like all the weather reports were like it's gonna be clear, like no issues. So we didn't plan for any of it. But we're fucking freezing the entire time at this concert, like bundled up. Like thankfully it stopped raining when we got there. But it was still super cold. The ground was wet because it was an outdoor like amphitheater. It was at a Circuit of the Americas where they have like all the Formula One races and everything there. And yeah, I just remember like getting all bundled up and like we were just standing there like freezing the entire time for this concert. Like, do we leave? Do I want to leave? Do I leave? Like, no, but this is your favorite artist. Like, we got to stay. Like, we got to watch it. Like, do we want to leave? And then eventually, like, by the end of the show, we're like, all right, fuck it, let's go.
He's played the songs I want to hear. Let's go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've been to Austin one time for literally one day.
I forgot how much we really planned to go to Austin. Like, yeah. I remember the food truck thing was definitely going to have to be, like, part of the plan. Because what else would we want to do? like, I think it got too close to we were like talking about menu items.
Yeah.
Like, I remember, like, all right, let's try to make this fusion thing. Like, what do you remember? What do you like growing up? Food and like mixes. Like his mom would make him sweet and sour pork. So I was trying to think of sweet and sour chicken. And I was trying to think of like ways to like make that Mexican-ish, and it's just man, I forgot about our plan to move to Austin. That was
Yeah.
It doesn't
Like
even feel like it was long ago.
we planned out pretty much everything other than just pulling the trigger.
Yeah.
Like we had looked for like places to live, like parts of town, like what we're gonna do for jobs. Like we looked at all of that.
We're
shit.
gonna have to live in the outskirts. Austin got expensive.
Oh yeah,
Oh
we'd
my
definitely
God.
live in the outskirts. But seriously, like we planned all of that, and I think your whole thing was like jalapeno sweet and sour pork, or chicken. I think is what it was,
You know,
or maybe just
you
like
might you might be right. I don't remember anymore.
Yeah.
But you might be right. Oh,
I
God.
vaguely remember it was either jalapeno or sriracha. It was one of those.
Oh,
two.
it had to be sriracha.
It was one of the two because you wanted it spicy, but you also didn't want to take away from the Asian flavors.
Yeah.
So
Jesus
I
Christ,
explicitly
forgot
remember
about
that because it was chicken, obviously.
Oh yeah, because you like chicken. Oh god damn. Oh my god, this podcast took a different turn right there at the end because I don't remember anything. I forgot we talked about. Oh god.
Yeah, good times.
Could you imagine if we started this show like that long ago? We could go back. Like, you remember when we talked about moving to Austin?
Dude, yeah,
we
like
talk
we
about
go
moving to
back
LA?
like, hey, remember episode 1? Like, what are you talking about? Like 300 episodes later?
That's the cool thing about like when I go back to podcasts I've listened to for like almost a decade. Whereas like, they go back and reminisce about this. Like, do you remember when we talked about this? Like, oh yeah, it's like it's a cool little thing that you have a log of.
Yeah. So we're excited. Hopefully, we'll continue this podcast, keep it going, and really do that.
Hopefully at some point we take a little bit more trips. We'll see.
Yeah, take more trips, plan just like more events around here. I'm without a doubt going to have a lot of stories coming up soon because we talked about it in a previous podcast, but like literally I'm a little over a month away from the date that my son's supposed to be born. So like, I mean, we're literally about a month away. Like my mom even started a betting pool.
I'm glad you mentioned it.
With a bunch of people, like a bunch of friends and family, to try to bet on what day he's going to be born.
I got, was it $5 on September 10th?
Yeah, so it's, I'm an asshole, so I picked September 11th.
That's what I said. Is like, you already picked it. I'm like, damn it. We both had the same thought.
So here's the thing. At this point, I think my mom said there's over 50 people that have bought in.
Holy shit.
Yeah. I'm like, goddamn. Like between family and like friends
Holy
that I've
shit.
like whoever's gonna win this is gonna get like legit $250.
Do you remember when? Sorry to take it back, but remember? I don't mean to take away from your future son. Your mom did this before when the last World Cup.
Yeah.
And I loved at the end. It was our buddy. Want to say his name?
No, just our other buddy.
Here's our other buddy and myself. I think he picked France, and I picked. Because our friend happens to be African, or just African, right?
Yeah, he's African.
And he's like, "Who's got the most black people on the team?" We told him France. So that's the only reason he picked France.
That's right.
And I picked Netherlands. I want to say.
I think so.
I honestly, it's been a few years, so I don't remember who's in the World Cup. And when he got to the finals between him, France, and me, I was like, oh my god. And then he ended up winning.
Yeah.
I'm like, he doesn't know soccer. He only picked because they had the most black people.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I do remember that now, yeah.
Anyways, let's go back to the pool. Your mom's new pool.
Yeah. It's been intense, man. There's a lot of people that are picking like multiple dates. There's actually been, I think, either 1 or 2 people that have picked in August.
I think your mom said one
my
of those.
mother-in-law,
your mother-in-law
picked like literally like a month early. I was like, damn.
Oh god.
But
I know your wife is like, she's hoping for that.
she's ready. She is ready. Poor thing. She is very much ready. But yeah, we'll see. Someone is going to come out of this $250 richer, and
Holy
it's probably
shit.
not going to be me. It's definitely not going to be me because we're going to have to pay for it.
Oh.
Even if I win this bet, I still come out behind.
That's funny. All right, man.
Good times. Well, we're going to wrap this episode up. Thank
Hopefully
you guys.
next time we have a pool.
Yeah, maybe next time we will have a pool. I'm waiting on a couple parts to arrive because we didn't have all the parts we needed. So thank you guys for listening. This was episode 14 of the Nobody Important podcast. Please remember, follow us on your favorite podcasting platform. We are available on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, PocketCasts.
Anywhere you listen to podcasts, we are there.
Pretty much, yeah. So I was like, I used to have it memorized, the full list of like all the different ones that were on. And I just can't remember it right now. I don't.
Like Google now too?
Yeah, I think I said Google. But anyways, follow us there. Follow us at Nobody Important Podcast on Instagram as well. We post just random stuff on there.
Let me see if I have any pictures of our LA trip. I may post it as a episode reminder.
Yeah, there you go. So hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for listening. And this was episode 14 of the Nobody Important Podcast.